So these people, they're some crafty, cunning serpent. You can see through the spirit that they are the serpent. A creature of cunning, okay, of forced wisdom. And that's what this man does through his philosophies, okay, through his forced religions. He's covered the earth with gross darkness, man.
Psalm 65, verse
68.
Oh yes, 68. Psalm 68, verse. Okay. Let the Most High arise, and let his enemies be scattered, and let them also that hate him flee. This is Psalm 64, verse 4. I'll start with verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword.
That's the verse. Don't go to the verse.
Okay. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy, and hide me from the secret counsels of the wicked.
That's what we're praying. See, brothers that are in his truth, that are in Yahawah and the son Yahawah, we're praying that the Most High hides us, man, and puts a spirit upon us, okay, to not consent to the counsels of the wicked, man. Go ahead.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
They're bitter words because their whole agenda is to trap up the children of Israel, man. Is to try and enslave the children of Israel to their new world order. Okay? So we're praying that the Most High put the spirit upon us not to consent to that, taking that chip, man, taking that branding, that robotic branding.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Exactly, because your elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, okay, if they feared the Most High, they wouldn't even be thinking about doing this, man. Okay? They'd come down to the camp right now and bow down if they really feared the Most High. But they're gonna fight to the end. It tells you in Revelations how they're gonna fight against the Lord, man. In heaven, there was Michael with his angels, and he fought with the dragon and his angels. So these elites, these Rothschilds, they don't fear the Most High, man. If they did fear the Most High, they'd be implementing the laws, statutes, and commandments in their society.
That's right.
Because that is the fear of the Most High, to fear his judgments. Okay? But through rebellion, that's why he's called Satan. The word Satan is adversary. They're adverse to the ways of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so we don't.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?
Who shall see them? They're encouraging themselves in an evil matter. And that's what they do. They're all up into Satan worship, man. You know, the Bohemian Grove. They go there annually, I think it's in July. They go to the Bohemian Woods. And they worship a 20-foot statue of an owl. And they call that Molech. Molech is basically another word for Baal or Satan. Okay? And they sacrifice children there too. They have gay orgies, they have fatty orgies there. All these different politicians, all these different world leaders, they come to the Bohemian Groves annually, man, and bend one another over, man. In basically sacrifice to Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, man.
And that's why it tells you in Romans, when it speaks about the Lord has reserved 7,000 men that should not meet to the image of Baal.
Right, exactly. So we're not gonna. So the elect is not gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
It tells you that in Romans 11 chapter, man.
Because I remember a year ago, the brothers at the central camp down in London. The main camp down in London. They went down to I believe they went down to I believe it was, but they went to one of them. I forgot what they went to, man. But they went to this area, right? It's not Trafalgar Square. They didn't go to Trafalgar Square, but they went to this area and basically they was talking about how they formulated this sort of tower. Okay, it was like a little temple thing that to declare that this the God of the society is Baal. Okay, so if you take that microchip, you're condescending to is that image of Baal. Okay, that's the image of this world, this society.
So this is how they encourage themselves. Okay, what they do is they try and fail certain music artists, certain actors in Hollywood to push forward a demonic vibration to seduce the people to a lewd manner, okay, to an evil way, to worship, to basically worship the image of Rome, man. Okay, the Roman way, orgies, homosexuality.
Right.
Okay, they're pushing forward the sodomite agenda.
Yep.
That's the way of you so-called Europeans, man. You devils, man. Okay.
And even abortion too, that goes back to Molech as well.
Yeah, you sacrificing your children to the depth of the spiritual human sake.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. That's outside of the law, statutes, and commandments. That's called murder, man. Unjustifiable killing.
Right.
Okay. All right, and you've legalized that within your society. So basically, what you're doing, you're killing them kids in sin. Okay, that's a sin. So that's one in sacrifice to the spiritual human Satan. Okay. Go on, man. You know.
But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
Suddenly shall they be wounded, man. Because a time is going to come where the nuclear missiles are going to drop on America and blow that land to hell and back. Alright? Moses is going to put the spirit upon these different governmental leaders, the 10 horns, to hate the whore, man, and burn her with fire, man. Because America is that great whore that the Bible is referring to, man. Okay? Babylon the Great, so you can understand.
Yeah, so
The mistress of witchcraft.
yeah, so it says I'm just gonna continue on this. Yeah, so it says but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So it says and all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the works of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. And
So that's just continue the whole. Trust me, shit is gonna get real, man. We're speaking about these things, but these things is gonna happen, man. A time is gonna come where everybody's gonna be queuing up to take that microchip. All of you niggas out here walking around with simplicity and log on them, you are gonna take the microchip. You're gonna make your children take the chip, okay? You men, you're gonna take that microchip to feed your family, provide for your family, all right? You Muslims, a lot of you Muslims, you're gonna take that chip, man. I'm talking about you believe in the Quran and shit, man.
that's going to go out the window.
That's gonna go out the window. Okay?
Yeah, it says Professor Warwood welcomed the announcement and called for the UK to move forward with microchip technology as well.
So this microchip technology is getting pushed out, man. Okay? It's happening all over the world. Millions of people going inside of them right now. Especially in the US military. If you check the US military, it's a secret thing. It's a secret thing. The soldiers aren't really meant to let the people know that they've got the microchip in them. Multiple microchips in them. There was some Mexican guy that came up to the camp and he said straight, he said, that they got the microchip in them. He's got like 5 microchips in him, but he's not supposed to let anybody know. It's meant to be like a secret thing, man. Okay? Trust me, man. They're trying to push it subtly. They're trying to make animals take it. They're trying to put in your passport, you know. They try to say that prisoners, if they want to be loosed or have their sentence shortened, they have to take that chip. Okay? And now they're straight up saying, listen, this is the modern era. This is the way forward. If you want to work on your job, okay, instead of using a passport or Oyster card, you gotta put that microchip right inside your hand. Okay? So now they're coming out with it, but they're doing it subtly. We told you that the elites or of you so-called red people, your government, they're not even your government leaders, man, because they're servants to the super
Higher ups, yeah.
to the higher ups. I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. Okay, their agenda is to enslave everybody to their centralized government. Okay, by putting a microchip, by branding the people, basically saying that all you people, is state property. You're my property. Okay, you're not meant to be serving the Most High or serving the God of the Hebrews. Okay, you worship me. You worship me. You bow down to my system. I want you as my eternal slaves. And what they're gonna try and do is this devil is crazy. He's gonna try and submerge people with biotechnology, man, straight up technology, and try and turn people into like cyborgs, man, straight up robots, man. You know, walking around, robot arm, and shit. And not only that, but they're trying to figure out. These different transhumanist scientists. They're trying to figure out a way for people to live for eternity, man, by submerging them with robot technology.
That would be a
imagine that. So this man, he's trying to mimic the Most High, but in a carnal way. Because Yahawah promised his disciples, those that believed in him, eternal life, right? That if you believe from me, you will never see death.
Right.
Okay,
so
but Esau's trying to mirror that, but on the left-hand side, man, using his miracles, trying to deceive the people with his miracles, man. Okay, so he wants people to believe in him. He doesn't want people to believe in Yahawah. That's how you know this man is Satan, man. When you check the scriptures and you do your research and you know what the hell's going on, people walk up to us saying, "Oh, why are you guys so angry?" That's because we know what the fuck's going on, man. Okay, we're wise, man. Okay, we do our research. Unlike you peons walking around, okay, enjoying the luxury of Babylon the Great, man. Alright?
And if I may say as well, and it just goes to show you this Bible, the reason why we're able to see things much more clearer rather than the way the people see it, because we have a higher supreme set of knowledge, okay, which is of the Bible. Supersedes the knowledge of the world. That's why it tells you in even Paul said the wisdom of this world knew not the Most High, okay, but the wisdom of this world is foolishness, okay, because if you have some sort of wisdom and understanding of this particular world, you're not going to see the full spectrum. But if you have the Bible here, which is the true knowledge, then you're able to see things above, pretty much. When you're able to see things above, you're able to see things for what they really are, rather than you seeing it the way the world sees it. So that's why we can see much more clearly.
That's right. Okay. So like I said, man, it's all satanic. All right. It's all been planned out. Like I was saying, the elite, they've been planning this for years, man. They've been planning this for decades, man. This isn't some recent thing that they've recently created, to try and boost up security, try and outshine using ID passports, using Oyster cards. This isn't something that they just created, recently created. This is something that they've been planning for decades, man, before me and this brother was even born. Okay? This whole new world order system is something they've been planning for time, man. Okay? This man is a subtle, a cunning, the wicked, man.
That's right.
You so-called white humans, you represent the wicked, man. You are the wicked on planet Earth, man. Alright? And your governmental leaders, they don't care. They'll make their own people take the chip. They're trying to enslave their own people. Imagine that. In the kingdom, we're not going to enslave our own people. Every Israelite is going to be the super rich. Yeah? You know what I'm trying to say? We're not going to do that in the kingdom.
Yeah, remember I do this and I do speak. Just so it says, okay, so it says, Mr. Warwick, who is Vice Chancellor of Leicester University, or Chancellor of Leicester University, told the Standard, I was the first experiment with this technology. Hold on, wait. Yeah, this is where I was at. So it says, eventually this technology will become standardized, allowing you to use this as your passport, public transit, or purchasing opportunities, etc.
Purchasing opportunities. You want to buy clothes? Microchip. You want to buy food? Microchip. Okay? Buy a car? Microchip. Any type of goods? Microchip. Right?
International markets lays a wide open, and we believe that the future trajectory of total market share is going to be driven by who captures this arena first.
Right.
The chips planted between the thumb and the forefinger will also be used to unlock phones, share business cards.
And they're doing that in Leeds.
Yep.
I sent this brother a new article. There's dozens of people in Leeds right now in the UK that's taking a microchip to unlock their phones and shit.
And store medical information.
Store medical information.
Professor Warwick welcomes.
And that's why I know my little brother, he's gonna take the chip.
Professor Warwick welcomed the announcement and called the UK to move forward with the microchip technology as well.
Yeah, that way.
Mr. Warwick, who is Vice Chancellor of Leicester University, told the Standard, I was the first to experiment with this technology.
So he was the first, so the first man, the first born man, he took the microchip.
Way back in 1998. Shit, I was a little snot nosed, man.
Oh yeah, I was born in 1989.
A first for the UK, although what I had implanted was not designed as an implant, so it was somewhat dangerous nowadays. The RFID devices are specifically designed to be safe and operate reliably, although over a short distance than mine. I would love to see this technology used as an optional passport ID. It might help reduce the queues at passport control and easily identify the people.
And they got a problem with that right now in the UK. Yep. They have a problem with just over-queuing, overcrowding at the queues in the UK.
Who are not terrorists. He added, in companies, it clearly has a role to play as a security device, allowing access only to certain people. It could also be useful to assist with aged living at home for longer, both in terms of security and to identify problems, much better than a wristband which can fall off. Why should we go forward with this technology in the UK? After all, this is where it was pioneered. But for me, a key point is that it should be a choice for each individual.
Right, because it's going to be optional right now. It's optional right now. You can take it or you cannot take it right now, but they will make it mandatory.
3 Square Market, which provides many markets for businesses, was inspired by microchipping already taking place in Sweden. Yes.
So, yeah, so, you know, and it said buy or sell. In fact, read that Revelations about Revelations 14.
So it says, this is Revelations 13, verse, I'll start with verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused of all, I knew that was going to happen, so small and great, rich and poor.
Right, so he talking about the wicked, this man, this serpent, he's going to somehow cause or entice people, okay, to do what?
To receive a mark in a right hand.
To get a mark. Now when you look at the word mark, the word there is karagma, which means to insert something inside of man. To insert inside of under the flesh, man. Okay?
And that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark.
So no man might be able to do any of the things that we were just reading in the article.
Absolutely. Yep.
You can't buy goods, okay? You can't go through the barriers because you don't have your ID inside the chip. You don't have the chip in you.
Yep.
You can't make transactions, okay, unless you have that microchip. Say it. Let's try to make this.
Go like that.
So you can't do nothing. You can't you can't do nothing without that shit. Because they're gonna that's the way forward. If you wanna make any transactions, you gotta use a microchip inside your hand. And you can't do nothing. You can't buy or sell. Go ahead.
It says, right. So it says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Or in their forehead.
You got brain chips.
You got brain chips now. You can look that up. Go ahead.
There is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Let him that have understanding. Motherfuckers don't have understanding. Man. Certain guys don't have that oil. 5 foolish virgins.
That's right.
They don't have that oil. You know, you got some motherfuckers that think that that's talking about the Bible. That's talking about Christianity.
Right.
So this ain't apply to them, and this applies. This don't apply to them. This understanding of this breakdown doesn't apply to them.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the most blatant prophecy in the scriptures. But it's so blatant that you got certain guys that stop with that. They say, nah, that's too obvious, man. It's gonna be something spiritual.
It's too true.
Too true. You know? It's crazy. How can that be the microchip? Here is this man's put GMOs as your food. Spraying chemtrails. You can believe that. You can't believe that this man is actually gonna do that. Microchip people. And that's talking about the microchip. Now this man is actually gonna do that. This is in the Bible. I mean, isn't that a big thing? Microchipping all the inhabitants of planet Earth. That means that would be in the Bible.
This is a major thing.
It's a major thing. Like the destruction of America. That's a big thing. You know, the scripture says what the prophets of old, they prophesied what? Of evils, of pestilences. Okay. It's Jeremiah 28, verse 8.
It says, or the name of the, I'll read it again. And that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, which that applies to the men of the Lord that you see in great millstone. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right, so this is this devil, man. If you can't see it, then
That's
like
right.
these niggas over here. So they can take that sacrifice. They're gonna take that shit.
That's spiritual that you said that, because that's how you line it up.
I want to talk more.
You know what I mean? And that's just the whole thing, because and really I want to continue on with this technology out there in terms of the microchip, because what I was going back to. What I want to go back to is how in Saudi Arabia, or an article went out in Saudi Arabia, how they have microchips that have cyanide in it. So if you decide to go against, let's just say they have certain laws or rules or whatever they go by, and you go against the grain on that, guess what? They'll be able to release the cyanide inside your chip, and that cyanide obviously will go inside your bloodstream, and obviously you'll have to drop dead from that. Okay, so those microchips that people are getting, okay, today, based on it being a choice right now, it could have cyanide in it. Okay, because see, the thing about the media, like the brother was going into, because this man, or I use the term the so-called white man, and I'm talking about the higher ups. They're a bunch of wise mother effers, man. They're a bunch of wise, crafty devils. Okay, and they search a diligent search. That's why you have think tanks. If you can get me that in Psalms, I want you to get the same. I think it's 64. They accomplish a diligent search. Because they've searched this out diligently. Okay, that's, I think it's Psalm 64. Keep going.
They encourage themselves in evil matters.
Yeah.
In Psalm 64 verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
You're going.
They commune of laying snares.
Right, they commune and laying snares. And that microchip is the snare.
Right.
Because the microchip pretty much is a way of saying, look, because see the people, you got certain people like that's on the internet talking about the rights of the people, the Constitution, this and the Constitution that. Once you take that microchip, your Constitution and your rights is just going to go out the window. So that microchip is a snare, okay, to do away with the people's rights. And a large amount of our people, they're going to take that shit going. Yeah.
Luke 21 verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged
Right.
with surfeiting and drunkenness, and cares of this life.
Right, in case of this life and drunkenness going.
And so that day come upon you unawares.
Right.
For as a snare
And as a snare.
shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
That's right. And that ultimate snare is going to be that microchip technology. That's what we call the beast technology. Because if you're walking in the forest somewhere, okay, or you're walking in the wilderness and there's like a trap, okay, to lift you up from off your feet, have you hanging from the tree, hey, you got caught in that snare. So there's a lot of snares that Esau has set up for the people. And a lot of these people, because they are drunken, read that verse again.
Yes. Luke 21 verse 34. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time.
And it says, take heed to yourselves. And that's referring to the men that you see, or the men that's listening to this truth, okay, or that's coming in this thing. Take heed to yourselves, man. Okay, go on.
Lest at any time your hearts be overcharged
Right.
with surfeiting
Right, at least your heart be overcharged with sophiatin, go on,
and drunkenness
and drunkenness,
and cares of this life.
and cares of this life. That's the drunkenness, is that your mind is so overweight in this world. Because if your mind is so overweighted in the philosophy of this particular world, guess what? You're going to be introducing yourself to taking a microchip because you like this life. You like what this life is all about. You like what this world gives you. Okay, the feeling, the things that come with it. So because you like it and you're lustful because of these things, you're gonna gravitate into taking that trip. And that goes to the 2/3 of our own people. Okay? They're gonna take that microchip and they're gonna be destroyed. Alright, and I'm even go as far as saying even certain guys that's calling themselves Israelites too. Okay, like the brother was going into, you got a couple of asses out there in ISUPK or other camps like the ISUIC. They talking about how the mark of the beast is referring to an embargo where it has nothing to do with no embargo. And it has nothing to do with John 3:16. Has nothing to do with Christianity. Okay, go on.
And cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares.
Right, because if you care about this life or this particular world, guess what? You're going to take that beast and you're going to feel the full antidote, all right, that the Lord has in store. And that's that overriding destruction. You can read that in Revelation 14 if you want. Okay, but if you got some more on that, we'll bring it out too.
As a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
And it's going to happen. And that snare is what we have on our sides right here. Okay, the mark of the beast system. Because this is the so-called white man's game. This is this world he's ruling right now. So this game is, look, man, we're going to lay snares, we're going to beguile the people, deceive the